Secretary of State Antony Blinken continued his diplomatic mission to shore up the Gaza ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, holding talks Wednesday with leaders in Egypt and Jordan. Blinken thanked both for the critical role they played in brokering the ceasefire and said U.S. diplomacy in the broader region will continue.
If we want to avoid a return to the harrowing violence of recent weeks, the countries of this region need to help and support one another. In the coming days, I'll be consulting broadly with Gulf countries and other partners to ensure we all contribute to recovery, stability, and the reduction of tensions.
Experts say the worst violence between Israel and Hamas in many years forced the Biden administration to turn its attention to the Middle East, even though it was intent on focusing on urgent problems at home, such as coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic and investing in crumbling infrastructure in many parts of the country.
There's no single foreign policy issue out there, certainly not this one, that is more important in Joe Biden's view of what's dangerous or damaging to his presidency or to the republic than the crises he faces at home.
On Tuesday and Wednesday, Blinken held talks with several top Israeli leaders and Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, focusing on Israel's security and humanitarian aid to Palestinians. Experts say Blinken's immediate goals for the long-simmering Israeli-Palestinian conflict are modest.
Maybe the objective of the administration is a two-state solution, but he doesn't see that as something in the immediate term in any event. And he's more focused on sort of solidifying, the calm after the hostilities in Gaza. He's talking about reopening the consul general in Jerusalem. It seems that there's an appointment of a new ambassador coming out to Israel as well. And I think he'd like to be able to get the parties to jumpstart what's been a dormant dialogue between them over many years.
In the aftermath of the 11-day war that killed more than 250 people, mostly Palestinians, experts agree that helping to reduce suffering in the Palestinian territories will be a main goal for the U.S. and others.
But we are going to try to do what we can to lower tensions and to facilitate the delivery of humanitarian assistance as distinct from reconstruction aid for Gaza. That's trickier because the question there is, how do you rebuild Gaza without throwing benefits and advantages Hamas's way? And that problem was not fixed in 2014 when the extent of devastation was much, much, much greater. And I think it's going to be very difficult to fix this time around as well.
During his visit to Jerusalem, Blinken said leaders on both sides will need to chart a better course by making real improvements in the everyday lives of people in Israel, Gaza, and the West Bank. Cindy Sain, VOA News.